Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Your Best Dash and welcome to Writing Wednesdays. For those who are new, I'll introduce myself. My name is Mariesa Gentry. I am an author, I am a writing coach, and also a book publisher. And I love to journal. I love to encourage people to journal. So that is why we are here today. And I'm excited because today marks our 15th journaling session together. And if you have not gone through and journaled with us before, it's okay. You can start here or you can go back. If you go back, you are definitely in for a treat. Before today, for today's 15th session, we are going to continue with our theme for February, which is abiding in God's love. Last week, we talked about how we may have difficulty receiving God's love, or what challenges do we have with receiving God's love. And this week, we are going to stay with the theme of abiding in God's love, but we are going to put it into practice and we're going to talk about his presence. All right, so I am excited. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and make sure that you've subscribed to my channel. I have wonderful things coming for you. In the future, we are going to do more author interviews. Those are coming up soon. But for now, we are journaling, and we are journaling in order to bring healing. This is therapeutic. You just don't know what journaling will do for you until you try it. All right, let's go into it. All right, journal prompt number 15. What does it look like for you to abide in God's love daily? Right? Sometimes I think that we have love misconstrued because we use love so loosely in the world, right? We use it so very loosely. But my thing is, we want to make sure that we have a right perspective on love. And sometimes we allow our relationships here on earth to be the filter through which we see love, when really God's love, his unconditional love. And sometimes we see God in a wrong way. We have a wrong perspective of how we see him because we're looking at him through earthly filters. Okay. We want to turn that around. But what does it look like for you to abide in God's love daily? And I said all that to say it may look different than what you think. So I want you to think about it. Take a moment, pause, and write. All right. As we do each week, we talk about and we go deeper into our writing. So we have our initial prompt, and then we have deeper thinking or more reflective questions in order to support our prompt. So the first one is, what draws you closer to God's heart? What do you think draws you closer to God's heart? And remember, God is already present with you. I don't believe that he changes his proximity to you, but I do believe that we as human beings, we change our proximity to him. So what draws you closer to God's heart? Is it prayer? Is it sitting down and just having a good cry? And maybe my males are not on that, but I'm telling you, when you cry, when you release those tears, they are not a sign of weakness. I harp on that. Tears are a sign of strength. And for you to be vulnerable in front of a God who already knows, in front of the God who already knows, that can draw you or make you feel like you're drawing closer to his heart. Try it. What else can draw you closer to his heart? I want you to take a moment, pause, and write. Ooh, this is a good one because I feel that we all deal with this on a day to day basis. There's so much pulling for our attention and pulling for us to not rest in Him, right? So, this next question is, what pulls you away from rest and trust? And I don't mean like rest going to bed at night, I mean resting in the God who provides peace. Okay. So, what pulls you away from rest and trust, and what keeps you from trusting? So could it be that what you're seeing is not reflective of what you think God said? Or could it be that there's so much chaos or so much going on in your individual life that it's making you forget the promises of God, or it's making you turn away from who you know him to be? Whatever it is, just take a moment, pause, and write. Ooh, I love this one too. I love all my questions. But anyway, how does abiding in his love change how you treat yourself? Ooh, this is so good because we can be our own worst critics. I can be my own worst critic, and I know that I'm not alone. I've witnessed it. But how does abiding in his love, resting, knowing that he loves you unconditionally? I'm not saying be stagnant and do nothing, but don't worry, trust, wait on him, steward your time well. Know that he's with you. Have an awareness. Be cognizant that he is with you. No matter if you're up or down, whatever it is, he's with you. So, how does abiding in his love, staying there, resting there, saturating yourself in his love, how does that change the way you treat yourself? I'm not saying you treat yourself poorly or you treat yourself too good. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is that when you abide in his love, it gives you confidence to be who he called you to be. And it gives you confidence to treat yourself as you are loved because you are. It gives you confidence to treat yourself as if you are worth something because you are. Jesus died for you. You are worth more than you know. All right, so take a moment, pause, and write. All right, so how does it shape how you love others? We just talked about the love filter, right? From the wrong perspective. We just talked about that a minute ago. But how does abiding in his love shape how you love others? Let me tell you something. When you fill up with God's love, it is more easy than for you to pour out because you're serving others and you're treating others from the overflow of what you have. Just like when you think about God's grace. All right. All of us have grace that we do not deserve from Jesus. Like Jesus died on the cross for us. God has mercy on us. He gives us grace and sustains us through everyday life. He gives us grace to cover our sin, right? So when we receive his grace, we should then be able to pour it out because we receive it. It's the same thing with his love. And if you receive his love, again, if you saturate yourself, if you just rest in it, abide in it, then it does reshape how you love others. But we are able to love each other well, my husband and I, because we do it through God's love, sacrificial love. We are able to do it because God is the blueprint for love. So I'm able to love well because Jesus first loved me. And I think it is in First John, maybe 4, that it talks about we love because he first loved us. So that is the only way that we can love well is in Christ. All right, take a moment, pause, and write. All right, you have made it. Hey, you've made it to the end. And every week I give you a challenge. You've made it to the end of prompt 14. I want you to create an abiding practice. So, this is where practice comes in. For example, you can have a scripture to sit with, right? So, when you abide, that means that your mind is recalling his love. You're abiding in it, right? You're recalling it no matter what you're going through. If you're having a rough day, you can say, you know what? He loves me with an everlasting love. I can't really tell you exactly where to find that, but it's in there. Look, you can write a prayer to repeat or have a prayer that you memorize. Lord, I don't feel you, but I know you're here and I am abiding in your love. My faith says you're here, right? I had to say that to myself a lot. But you can write a prayer to repeat. Create your own. I'm just giving you these off a whim. And the last thing is a routine. Create a routine that keeps you rooted. So I don't know if that looks like waking up a little bit earlier in the morning and just sitting with maybe some worship music. Can I talk? Some worship music on, or just soak in his presence. Just sit there and think about his love. Maybe sit in the morning with the scriptures that you've written about his love. You need to talk to yourself. There are so many outside forces talking to us. There are so many things on the inside that are talking to us. There is a war within. I know there's books on that. There's all kinds of stuff on that. But it's actual. It's for real. I'm getting all tongue twisted, but I'm so serious because you are your own worst critic, as I said before. But there are things battling for your time, battling for your mind. This Satan, let's just say who it is. He's battling for your mind. He's battling for your life, and he does not rest. So you need to maybe create a routine or have something playing. I mean, if you have to, whatever it is you have to do, you know what it is. There's something that possibly has popped in your mind as I was talking, as I'm babbling, but there is something that you can do that would help you abide in his love. So I want you to create an abiding practice. You don't have to do it right now. You can do it through the week. You know what? I would love to hear what your abiding practice is, or what you've done, or what you plan to do. Shoot out some ideas. You never know who's watching, who can use your idea, who can use a little bit of help. in practicing abiding in his love. All right. So I'm so glad we've made it to this point. I pray this has blessed you. Let's talk about next time. So, next time we are going to continue in abiding in God's love. And this will be the last journal prompt for February. Where did the time go? But next time we'll talk about transformation and fruit, how his love transforms us, and then the fruit of abiding in his love. As always, I pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful week until we meet again. Make sure to let me know what you got out of this in the comments. And in a moment, you'll have an opportunity to see 2 books that I believe that will help you abide in God's love. You can head on over to yourbestdash.com or Amazon to grab my books. And they both have workbooks and study guides that will help you. Trust me, you do not want to miss out. All right, take care.